G'day everyone, my name's Daniel from Daniel Renison Photography and welcome to Exposed in Nature. I'm a landscape photographer from the southeast of South Australia, and as you can see today I've come to a beautiful local area called Telford Scrub. It's a native woodland area with lots of ferny undergrowth, and today, as you can see, is a beautiful winter's morning with lovely golden winter light, nice and low in the sky. So it's around about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I'm hoping if I hang around for a while and be patient, some of this sunlight, as you can see it already is, it's going to break through the canopy and illuminate in patches on this beautiful green lush undergrowth. I'm really excited today because this is my very first video on the channel, so thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. That'd be really helpful. I'm hoping with the channel to just share some of my landscape adventures with you, hopefully pass on some knowledge that I've gained over the years, and inspire you to get out there, have a go at landscape photography and just enjoy nature, reconnect with nature, relax and forget about the outside world for a little while. So enough talking about it, let's get stuck in and see what we can find. So I found a nice little composition here that I think might work. I've actually attempted something like this before. I don't know if you can see just over here, there's a old tree stump. Scenes like this kind of reminds me of things that tell a story, and that's usually what make the best photos, something that can tell a story. If you can simplify it down to engage your audience. To me this says life coming to an end, or it's ended, and it's almost as though the stump's sinking down into the undergrowth for the last sort of gasp of life, and the new life of the undergrowth is coming up and it's going under, so to speak. You can sort of see some dappled, nice beautiful golden dappled light there. Hopefully if I'm patient, the sun's just up here threatening to break through those trees there, so if I'm patient it should come through those trees and hopefully illuminate parts of the scene here where I'd like in the undergrowth. Landscape photography most of the time is all about patience, and also especially in a scene like this that's so busy with all the trees, is simplifying what you're looking at to try and tell what you're trying to say. I've tried to get the stump on its own somewhere without too many distractions around it or coming in over the top of it, and I'm trying to keep the sky to a minimum because the sky's very bright, so my main subject's the stump in the foreground here, so I'll concentrate on that. The contrast is very high, so that can make the exposure tricky. But I'm not too worried about the sky blowing out, so I've got enough dynamic range on this camera to expose to the right for the highlights, and then I can lift the shadows later and bring out the detail here in the undergrowth. So I'll take this shot and I'll put it up for you to see. If you like it, please let me know in the comments below. If you don't like it, let me know as well. Just tell me what I could do better. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but something's just caught my eye out the corner of my eye to the left over here. Way down the track there's a track going off into the distance, and I was just noticed these trees here making a natural sort of frame around the very distant end of the path there. There's some lovely trees and some beautiful golden light coming through the trees and illuminating that spot up the end there. So I'm going to try and get a shot of that. That's the thing with landscape photography, you've just got to be patient, keep your eyes open, keep observing, and be ready to react to things that you're not expecting. I think I'm just going to pop my 70 to 200mm lens on, because this one's a little bit too wide. I can't get the framing that I want. I'm going to swap that over. I'm just going to pop my 70. Well, this just goes to show you how much of a newbie I am to video. While I was taking those shots down there of the light coming through the trees, I didn't realise my video camera had hit the limit and stopped. But a wallaby that I saw a bit earlier just happened to come into the scene, sit right up the end there where I was trying to get the photo, sit there for a while and eat the grass. So sometimes you get lucky, things like this happen. You run around like a headless chook a bit, and you do things like I did and forget to, and don't catch it on video, but I did get some photos of it, so I think they might have turned out pretty good. So if they did, I'll put them on the screen for you and you can have a look and let me know if you like them. Well, how beautiful is this place? It's amazing, isn't it? I love coming here. It's really close to my house too, so I'm really lucky to have beautiful places like this to come to enjoy my landscape photography. Now, you've probably noticed the title of this video is Photography is Yours. That is the message that I like to get out for this video to all photographers that might be watching, whether you're a landscape photographer or not, whether you're a beginning photographer or a more experienced photographer, it doesn't really matter. The message is important for everybody, that photography is yours. By that I mean photography is what you want it to be. Unfortunately, especially when you're a beginner, you get onto the internet and a lot of these photography forums and so forth, and you get a lot of people who like to tell you it has to be done this way, or you should have this gear and that gear, and if you're not a real if you don't have this gear or you don't do that, you're not a real photographer and you never will be. So just don't listen to those sort of things. Don't get me wrong, gear is important to an extent, but the most important thing is that you get out there and practice it. Practice, and enjoy it. Once you've learned the fundamentals, you can make it whatever you want. You know, in the past, we've all been sucked in by it. I've been guilty of listening to these things on the internet, buying certain gear because I've been told that that's what you need to have, and then I find I don't use it, or it's a waste of time, or I can't be bothered doing it anymore because I've got that much gear that I just don't want to go out. So, and to me that kills it. If you can get out with minimal gear, it makes it a lot more enjoyable. Just make sure you've got the gear that you really need and you can do anything. So get out there and just have a go and make it yours. Whatever gear you've got, just use that. And if you want to experiment, go out there, do camera movement, make your images surreal, fantasy, or if you like, make them documentary and exactly what you see. It's all up to you. I don't mean shut out everybody, but just be more discerning about what you take on board and what you choose to forget, because there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of people that want to be the gatekeepers of this hobby, and I really don't like that. Photography is meant to be enjoyable, and you do with it whatever you want as long as you enjoy it. Okay, that's enough of the boring talk. Let's go and see if we can find something else worth photographing. When you're in a wooded area like this, subject can be really busy with all the trees and the undergrowth and twigs and everything going everywhere. So what's best sometimes is just to slow down, just maybe get your camera out, go handheld, and just try and simplify it, pick out little details, look for light and contrast, and just pick out the details and concentrate on them. That simplifies the composition and makes it a lot more pleasant, a lot more easier to look at. So next time you're out in a bush or wooded area and it's very busy and you can't find anything, just slow down, take out the camera, walk around with it and just look for the small details and try and pick out some very small details and just see if you can find anything that way. I've found some nice examples of the bracken fern up here on the ridge, lit by the golden lights coming through the treetops here just off to the side. So I'm going to try and take some nice, just a few close-ups, images of some details within the fern. I'll put them up on the screen and let me know what you think if you like them. It's getting a bit warm. Well, as much as I'd love to stay here all day, unfortunately I have to get home to do some other important things. I'm sure you would agree that this is a beautiful place. It's fantastic that I've got something so beautiful so close to home that I can come and take photos in. I've got some amazing light, so hopefully I've made the most of it. Maybe you can let me know in the comments whether I have or not. And please remember the message that I have for the video. Photography is what you make it. It's yours. Do with it whatever you want. Don't listen to other people telling you you have to do it a certain way or you have to have a certain gear. Just enjoy it. Practice is the most important thing. Once you've got the fundamentals down, the sky's the limit. You can make whatever you want out of it. So please remember that, enjoy your photography and just get out there and keep having a go. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care.